All right, we're back. Gaul and Clearfield, where it all began. Fun fact, if you stand, I didn't share this in that video, but if you stand in the middle of this street, you're at Gaul and Clearfield, right? Gaul and Clearfield. I got hit by a car on that street, and I got hit by a car on this street. And I almost got hit by a car again because I'm a moron. I stood in. So this is Ethel's. Had a little bit about that on the Gaul Street memories. Elena's. Gracie, who used to run Ethel's, lived in one of those houses there. I think this used to be a funeral home. Could be wrong about that. So, you know, I know one of the houses on this block used to be a funeral home. All right, so now we're at Gaul and Chatham. This is my hood. When I grew up, from the age of 5 to 7, I guess, I ran these grounds because I wasn't allowed to cross the street. But I was able to ride my big wheel around the block. I remember that. And we used to hang out down here all the time. And I guess I'll make a video on Chatham Street. But I used to, this fence when I was a kid, that wasn't there. We used to hang out in that yard and play like Army and Rambo. And so here we go. Clearfield and Chatham. This used to be a corner store. I don't remember. It wasn't there very long. But I was very happy that it opened because Ethel's had like cheesesteaks and pizza. Like they made good little bar pizzas. But they didn't really have much like potato chips. You can get a soft pretzel, but they had more selection at that place. But it wasn't there very long. And then we moved to Ann Street. So, all right, so now we're at Clearfield and Chatham. Not much really happened here. That at Cedar and Clearfield, that used to be Pete's. And that was a corner store that had, they used to have milkshakes and ice cream and stuff in there. And they had arcade games. And they had track and field. They had a wrestling video game, I remember that. And, but now it's something else. Jordy, Pete's haven't had that in a long time. I remember a drunk driver came from here, swerved down here and knocked these steps off. Or maybe it was these steps. But knocked them down. And Pete's drunk driver hitting the steps. All right, and then we get back. All right, just keeping an eye out for Movie Monster. And then you got Pete's. It had to be a store, right? Like, look, why would the door be? Who knows? All right, so now I'm going to skip a spot. I'm going to save that for last. A Chinese restaurant. That's been there for a little bit on the other side of Aramingo. That used to be there that's been there for a while. I remember getting Chinese food when I lived at Port Richmond. That corner store, that used to be a corner store, the corner store. I don't remember what it was called. I think they might have sold beer. I don't remember. I think they were mean to me once. I never went back. All right. We'll get to there. That there is American Video. Used to be a video store. It had wrestling section. It had a basement section that I wasn't allowed in, and I just didn't know what was in there. And I just realized, I think today, or maybe I knew when I was a kid, but that was the dirty movie section. We're gonna pause. And so when it's a red light. Can't cross in a red light. Well, all right, got the time light. So when you come here, I know everyone's coming to Aramingo and Clearfield. You see these signs, the cigarette signs. There's no way anybody has the keys to those locks. These used to be for movie posters. And there's the payphone. So that used to be movie poster signs. And then the video, let's see if I can go in, huh? I don't know. So the movies used to, it's kind of small. It's like a cigarette store, but they sell bongs and stuff now. Kind of weird. Really small. I thought it was a lot bigger, but it's not. It's only, you know, it's only that wide. So we used to rent movies there, and you used to not even have to have a video card. You would just have to give your phone number, and you would rent movies. But then, you know, if you got into a fight with your friend, they would go there and rent a movie, and then they would never return it, and somebody had to pay for it. Or they would eat it, I don't know. I guess because then once in a while they would ask for your card. Because I guess that would mean they got beat that time. But Indian bong store. So if you're looking for a bong, may I recommend American Video. So last but not least, Perris. Perris Pizzeria. Right there. Since 1975. Perris has been here serving pizza. When I was a kid, they had a help wanted sign posted on the front door. And I was a young lad, eager to learn, wanting to get into the trade of pizza making. I really did. I was like, oh, I'll be a pizza maker. That looks like a fun job. Yeah. But look, they had the help wanted sign up today, as they did back then. Before I tell the story, this used to be in like in the 90s. He tried to make this like a fancy restaurant up there, and used to get like it was like a fancy Port Richmond restaurant. Like it was more than $10 for a cheesesteak and fries. You had to pay like 15. So anyway, this is Perris, and look, see, they have the help wanted sign. Now, mostly what they do is they sell takeout beer and pizza and cheesesteak. So I go in and I say, I'll take the job. And he goes, well, it's like a cleanup job. You bust tables, and you know, I was going to learn how to use the fryer. But he said, I want to see how you busted tables. And I worked hard for 4 hours. For 4 hours, I worked hard. And I was polishing the salt shakers. I was cleaning the napkins. I scrubbed underneath the table. I worked hard to get that job. And at the end, he didn't hire me. He didn't give me the job. I didn't know it was an audition. I thought I had the job. I didn't. I didn't have the job. It was an audition, he said. And he's not going to hire me. And for my 4 hours worth of work, I got the stop sign, yeah. For my 4 hours worth of work, he gave me $10. Till this day. To this day, not till this day, to this day. Oh no, me and Mrs. Captain had Perris once. One time, since in those 20 years, I returned to Perris Pizza. I will not set foot in there because I believe he underpaid me. But we went there, and I like Tony's. I'm a Tony's guy. But today is the day. I've had this built up inside of me. Yeah, he gave me $10, and I took gum off tables and stuff. And he didn't know and it hurt. It hurt my little feelings. So that's the story. That's Clearfield Street. I'm at Clearfield and Chatham. Yeah, there's Our Lady Help of Christians. Oh, you can tell spring's in the air. X-Men hoodie not wearing. I'm wearing the Phillies hoodie. That means spring is in the air. It's not too cold. And pretty soon we'll be wearing flip-flops and shorts. Very excited. All right, that's it. Enough rambling. I'm going to end it right here in the spot where I was hit by a car. I don't know where I was going, but I was trying to cross Clearfield Street, a 2-lane street. I was going this way. My friend Danny lived there, so I was going out. I don't know who I knew on this side of the street. There was a kid, Pat, I think. Anyway, I was going to go talk to him. I think it was this side, hit by a car, and the good Lord almost took us. Took me. Almost took me, but I didn't die. I prevailed. To tell the story of Perry, and now he paid me $2.50 an hour, and now I survived my car accident. And I feel good about myself. Okay, that's it. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll sail with you later. Toodles.